I think I lost him. What's up, guys? I journeyed all the way to the land of Oros to tell you about the new Far Cry game. In Far Cry Primal, you play as Tarek, a lowly caveman searching the land of Oros for just one corner of the map where something isn't trying to kill you. Actually, you're searching for your lost Wenja brothers and sisters, while trying to defend against the wildlife, the animals, the elements, and other tribes. It's really exactly what you'd expect from the Far Cry franchise. Hold on just 1 second, I have learned a couple things. Alright. Now, I've heard a lot of people express concerns that like Far Cry Blood Dragon, Far Cry Primal would seem more like a DLC or spin-off game that didn't boast the same size or scope of the previous game. Well, that's not the case. Far Cry Primal is a huge and beautiful game consisting of several biomes and a day-night cycle. I really can't put into words how big the map is and how much fun it is to explore all the different landscapes. The world actually feels alive with animal life. The game comes complete with several skill trees and upgradable perks and weapons. You collect resources to make your weapons more effective, as well as spend skill points to unlock perks such as more health, which is almost a requirement to survive. Have I mentioned that everything in this game is trying to kill you? During your time in the game, there are several opportunities to explore locations such as caves and find collectibles, as well as find them in the rest of the world. The goal of the game is to grow, build, and defend a village of Wenja. You do this by gathering resources and seeking out other Wenja to join your village. And you do find some pretty insane individuals to join you. Even the one girl that could possibly be considered a love interest is as crazy as she is ugly, and she is busted looking. Now, bringing the village together would be an easy task if it wasn't for the fact that every living thing wants you dead. Did I mention that everything wanted to kill you? I did? Alright, I just want to make sure. For as beautiful as the land of Oros is, it is unfortunately just as deadly. The game does an excellent job of showing you that humans were not always at the top of the food chain. Seriously, the wolves, the other tribes, the mammoths, the fish, even the birds want you dead. Hold on 1 second. Fortunately for you, you aren't defenseless. Now this is one of the areas where the game really shines. As evolved cavemen ourselves, video game companies are always trying to feed on our never-ending appetite for brutality and violence. When it comes to brutality and violence, however, Far Cry pulls no punches, offering everything from spears to bow and arrows, from fire to clay pots filled with bees. There's always a devastatingly brutal way to kill someone. The game could, however, be called Far Cry Legolas Simulator, because the bow and arrow may be the deadliest weapon in the game. It's actually a really good feeling to be headshotting enemies and watch them fall to the ground with the shaft of an arrow sticking out of their forehead. What's cooler is that you can light arrows and almost all weapons on fire. Fire has always been really cool in the Far Cry games, and this one's no exception. All it takes is one missed flaming arrow or spear throw to set the whole forest ablaze. You can even light up enemy camps to do some damage. But perhaps the best way to snub out the life of another is via your animal companion. There are so many awesome creatures in the game, and ordering them to lunge at the throat of an enemy is just super badass. You can tame wolves, lions, saber-toothed tigers, bears, and even more, and then have them fight beside you. Oh, and did I mention you could ride mammoths? One of the things that's really cool is that the different animals have different stats and special abilities, like the saber-tooth who's really fast and great for hunting, or the cave bear that draws all enemy fire, which is great for taking over enemy outposts. There's nothing more satisfying than watching your pet eat the face off someone who was just moments ago trying to kill you. Now, Far Cry Primal does have its flaws. Some other reviews have knocked the game for lack of story, and it's true that the story elements are mild, but it's a caveman game. I really didn't expect anything more than fire good, me want fire. What I would say is the most disappointing aspect of the game is the complete lack of any sort of multiplayer. Now, I don't believe that every game has to have multiplayer, but Far Cry 4 had a really fun co-op option that allowed a friend to join you in causing mayhem. With co-op being such a cool feature in previous Far Cry games, it feels a little lazy not to have included it. The next thing perhaps isn't as much a complaint as it is an interesting observation, but for someone who's supposed to be primal or like a caveman, you do have some interesting technology. Maybe you're a modern Stone Age family, but you do use grapple hooks and grenades. Yes, I did say grenades. Grenades filled with poison, fire, or bees. Now, I'm not much of a history buff, but it does feel slightly out of place for you to be scaling a mountain with grapple hooks and tossing around explosives. Other than that, there really isn't much negative I can say. The final Nerdy Narcotics score for this game is a 9. I consider 9s and higher to be almost perfect, and this game is really fun and entertaining. It's really not a short game either. You can run through the story in about 20 hours, but it offers a lot more if you want to eliminate all enemy outposts, collect all tameable pets, complete upgrading your village, or do all the side quests. I do think that's my cue to leave. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, and leave us a comment below and let us know what you thought about Cry Primal!